Jesse Livermore's story is one that continues to fascinate and inspire. Born in 1877, Livermore's journey began in rural Massachusetts. He wasn't your typical schoolboy. While other kids played games, Jesse's mind was drawn to numbers. This fascination with numbers wasn't just a phase, it was a calling. He devoured information, seeking patterns and meaning in the seemingly random. Even as a young boy, Jesse dreamt of conquering Wall Street. He envisioned himself amidst the flurry of activity, deciphering the market's secrets. This wasn't mere ambition, it was a deep-seated desire to prove himself in the world's most competitive arena. Leaving school at the age of 14, he took a job as a quotation board boy at a brokerage firm. This was his first real exposure to the world of finance, and he was immediately captivated. The atmosphere was electric, the stakes were high, and the possibilities seemed endless. For Jesse, this wasn't just a job, it was the beginning of his journey. It was here, surrounded by the language of finance, that he knew he had found his calling. The world of stocks and trading had captivated his imagination, setting him on a path that would define his life. Jesse Livermore possessed a natural affinity for numbers. From a young age, he could perform complex calculations in his head, a skill that would serve him well in his future endeavors. Numbers weren't just abstract symbols to him. They represented patterns, trends, and ultimately, opportunities. He saw a language in the fluctuations of prices, a code waiting to be deciphered. This innate ability to recognize patterns and trends set him apart from the average person. While others saw chaos in the market's movements, Livermore saw opportunity. This unique talent drew him to the stock market, where numbers dictated success or failure. He was captivated by the idea that he could use his skills to predict the market's movements and profit from them. This wasn't about greed, it was about the intellectual challenge, the thrill of the game, and the desire to master a complex system. In the stock market, he found the perfect outlet for his analytical mind, a world where numbers held the key to untold riches. Livermore began his trading career in bucket shops, gambling on stock price movements. These informal places were far from the New York Stock Exchange. For Livermore, they were the perfect training ground. High risk, high reward, fortunes made and lost in days. Livermore thrived, reading the tape and predicting price fluctuations. His success came from observation, analysis, and learning from mistakes. He exploited market emotions, gaining a reputation as a boy plunger. Making serious money, he attracted attention and faced challenges. This experience was invaluable for his future on Wall Street. In the days before computers and sophisticated trading algorithms, the ticker tape was king. This continuous stream of paper, printed with real-time stock prices and trading volumes, was the lifeblood of the financial markets. For Livermore, the ticker tape was more than just a source of information. It was a canvas on which the drama of the markets unfolded. He possessed an almost uncanny ability to read the tape, deciphering the cryptic symbols and numbers that scrolled by. He could sense shifts in momentum, identify buying and selling pressure, and predict price movements with remarkable accuracy. Livermore understood that the tape reflected the collective psychology of the market. Every tick told a story, every fluctuation a whisper of fear or greed. He became a master at interpreting these whispers, using them to anticipate the market's next move. This skill, honed in the chaotic world of bucket shops, would become his secret weapon on Wall Street. It was this ability to read the tape, to feel the pulse of the market, that would set him apart from the rest and solidify his reputation as a trading legend. Section 5: Wall Street Beckons. Having conquered bucket shops, Livermore set his sights on Wall Street. In 1901, at 24, he arrived in New York City. Wall Street was a different beast. He faced seasoned professionals and institutional investors. The stakes were higher, the competition fiercer. Livermore was undaunted, confident in his abilities. His early years were marked by triumphs and setbacks. He learned invaluable lessons from his early setbacks. Livermore realized the importance of risk management and emotional control. Section 6: The Game Changer. One of Livermore's most defining moments came during the Panic of 1907. This financial crisis, sparked by a series of events including a failed attempt to corner the copper market, sent shockwaves through the financial system. Banks failed, businesses crumbled, and the stock market plummeted. It was during this tumultuous time that Livermore made his mark. While others panicked, selling their holdings in a desperate attempt to salvage their capital, Livermore saw opportunity. He had anticipated the crash, recognizing the warning signs that others had missed. He boldly went short, selling borrowed shares of stocks he believed were overvalued. As the market plunged, his short position soared in value, netting him a fortune estimated at $100 million, equivalent to billions today. Livermore's success during the panic of 1907 cemented his reputation as a trading genius. He had not only beaten the market, he had profited from its demise. This single event established him as a legend on Wall Street, a trader who understood the market's rhythms like no other. Section 7. Riding the market waves. Livermore's trading style was characterized by his ability to identify and capitalize on major market trends. He wasn't interested in short-term fluctuations or quick profits. Instead, he focused on the big picture, patiently waiting for opportunities to make significant trades. Livermore was a master at reading the market's underlying currents. He studied economic data, political events, and even the sentiment of fellow traders to gauge the direction of the market. He understood that market trends, once established, tended to persist, and he was willing to hold his positions for extended periods to reap the full rewards. This approach, however, was not without its risks. Markets are inherently unpredictable, and even the most skilled traders can be caught off guard. Livermore experienced his share of losses, times when his judgment faltered and his positions moved against him. These setbacks, though painful, reinforced the importance of risk management and the need to stay humble in the face of the market's capricious nature. Livermore never allowed his successes to go to his head, knowing that the market could turn on him at any moment. The Roaring Twenties, with its economic boom and speculative frenzy, proved to be both a blessing and a curse for Livermore. He amassed an even greater fortune during this period, but his success was followed by a devastating setback. In the fall of 1929, the stock market crashed, marking the beginning of the Great Depression. Livermore, like many others, was caught in the downdraft. He lost his entire fortune and found himself deeply in debt. The crash was a humbling experience for Livermore, a stark reminder of the market's power and its capacity to inflict pain, even on the most seasoned investors. Yet, true to his nature, he refused to be defined by this setback. He rebuilt his fortune through a series of shrewd trades, proving that even in the darkest of times, opportunity existed for those who knew where to look. Livermore's resilience in the face of adversity is a testament to his character and his unwavering belief in his abilities. Jesse Livermore's life was tragically cut short in 1940 when he took his own life. He left behind a legacy as one of the greatest traders of all time, a man whose insights into the market continue to resonate with investors today. Livermore was more than just a trader. He was a market philosopher, a student of human psychology, and a keen observer of the forces that drive market trends. His trading principles, rooted in discipline, risk management, and an understanding of market psychology, remain as relevant today as they were a century ago. He understood that the market was not a machine, but a reflection of human emotions: fear, greed, hope, and despair. He believed that by studying these emotions, by understanding the psychology of the crowd, one could anticipate the market's movements and profit accordingly. Livermore's life offers valuable lessons for aspiring traders and investors. Livermore believed that success in the market required more than just intelligence. It demanded discipline, patience, and the ability to control one's emotions. He cautioned against chasing every market fluctuation, advocating instead for a patient approach, waiting for high-probability trading opportunities. Livermore learned the hard way the importance of risk management. He emphasized the need to protect one's capital, to never risk more than one could afford to lose on a single trade. He believed that capital preservation was paramount, for without capital there was no opportunity to participate in the market. Livermore viewed losses as an inevitable part of trading. He believed that the key was to learn from mistakes, to analyze what went wrong, and to use those lessons to improve future trading decisions. He emphasized the importance of adaptability, of recognizing that market conditions were constantly changing, and that traders needed to adjust their strategies accordingly. Jesse Livermore's story is a testament to the power of determination, resilience, and the ability to overcome adversity. He was a self-made man, a trading prodigy who conquered Wall Street through sheer intellect and an unwavering belief in himself. His legacy continues to inspire traders and investors around the world, a reminder that success in the market is not about luck, but about discipline, risk management, and a deep understanding of market psychology. While the tools and technologies of trading have evolved, the fundamental principles that guided Livermore remain timeless. His story serves as a beacon, illuminating the path for those who dare to dream of conquering